Hello everybody, Animation Trainer here, and today we're going to talk about the Angry Birds movie. So with the Angry Birds movie, it's about how Red so in this bird island, all the birds are all happy and stuff, but Red is pretty much the angry one, and he has to take anger management classes. And then the pigs come, and yeah, they spend and they try to befriend the birds so that they can steal their eggs. Yeah. Now, there are actually a couple negatives I have with the film. Like, okay, I'll get to the negatives later. I want to talk about the positives first. The animation definitely does look nice. And plus, yeah, the animation is just amazing. I like the designs of the birds, and I like the backgrounds. Like, I enjoy looking at the sceneries of the island, and when they get to the pig island, that also looks really nice. I also like the design of the slingshot. Yeah, slingshot looks really realistic. Well, the CGI, that is. Yeah, yeah. And plus, I alas, even though the story is definitely not exact. I'll get to the story in a moment, but the final act of the story is definitely amazing. Yeah, I really like the final act of the story. And I do really like Red's character. Like, whenever something stupid happens in the film, he actually calls it out. Like, he actually says something, and I think that was done very well. Yeah. Yeah. And plus, I do like Josh Gad as Chuck. I thought he did a very good job as Chuck. Yeah. You know Josh Gad, the person who voices Olaf from Frozen? Yeah. Yeah. And I thought Danny McBride also did a good job as Bomb. Yeah. Now let's move on to all the negatives, which there are a lot of negatives. First thing is that the movie is very predictable. It's pretty much your typical underdog story. And plus, the underdog knows everything, but everyone else doesn't. So yeah. The story is very predictable and unoriginal. Yeah. And plus, another thing to add are the jokes. The jokes are kind of a mix. Sometimes the movie can be funny, not hilariously funny, but just pure funny. While other times, there are some pretty bad jokes. Yeah, there's a lot of pretty bad jokes. In fact, some of the jokes are actually worse than Norm's jokes, which is pretty bad since Norm had really bad jokes. Again, it's not all the jokes in this film, but it's just quite a bit. Well, not all of them. There's actually just a few that are worse than Norm's jokes. And some of the textures. Not with the birds, but really with the pigs. Some of the textures on the pigs don't look very good. And let's just say that other than the main three characters, Red, Chuck, and Bomb, the majority of the other characters, are just generic. Sure, we get to know exactly who they are, but that's only really what they are, and we don't get to know much about them. I mean, we don't get to see more of them until later in the film. Yeah. And plus, the movie feels way too slow. Ooh. Ooh. But once they get to in fact, none of the true, quote-unquote, Angry Birds moments don't happen until the final act, which is the big action scene towards the end, which is why like I said, is the highlight of the film. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. And let me mention that there are a lot of cliches in the movie. Trust me, there are. Yeah. Yeah. I guess Sony can put their act together now. And to believe that they're making an emoji movie. An emoji movie. So overall, I have to give Angry Birds a 6 out of 10. Yeah. Angry Birds is definitely not a bad film. I mean, trust me, there are quite a bit of positives. Like, the movie at least looks nice and is sometimes funny. And the main cast is definitely not cool, but still. Now, if I had to give some suggestions, I'd say the only people who should see it in theaters are people 5 to 10 years old. Yeah. 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 Then next, I suggest then for everyone else, just wait until you could rent it on for DVD or on Netflix or whatever. Yeah. But thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you guys back in the future. Got it?